Okay.
Recording as well.
Oops, I've just tipped all my walnuts everywhere. I have an assistant today. I'd like to introduce you to this young man here, who is my commis. There we are. Right.
How did he get there, Jim?
Hey,
How did he get there?
he's having a little holiday with me.
What?
You staying?
Come, please. Because there's a lot of noise going on. Thank you. Right, well, today we're making coffee and walnut gatto. Will is making a lemon gatto. And yeah, anyway, we'll follow the recipe for coffee. But if you don't like coffee, you just leave the coffee out and have a vanilla sponge. So the first thing, yeah, Carl agrees. I agree. They agree. He agrees. Right. First thing we're going to do.
Tim, how did he get there?
By a flying carpet.
Did somebody drop him off?
It's what?
Did somebody drop him off or?
Yes.
Yeah,
Who
Ron
dropped
Weasley
him
and Harry
off?
Potter dropped him off in the Ford Angler.
Yeah. Would you pop that in the bin, please? Over there. Thank you. Right. I'd like you all to turn your ovens on. And it is 160 degrees or 140 degrees fan. Okay, so the ovens will be getting, yours might be different, Will, because you're following your own recipe. Okay. Now, number two, we're gonna, if you want to, line the cake tins, right? And here we have the cake tins, the same as what we use for the chocolate cake. And
Got a set in the basket.
I would think you could probably
Yeah,
them if you've got a pastry brush. You can grease them around with butter. I've actually put a circle of greaseproof paper in the middle. I've drawn around the bottom and I've put that in and I've greased that as well. It just gives me a bit of extra sort of, you know, for it not to get stuck. But these are brand new pans, so they shouldn't get stuck. So prepare your pan, either by greasing it. Pop them over there, Carl. Yeah. Right, next thing. I'm going to use a 1 bowl recipe today. So the first thing we're going to measure is 3 tablespoons of coffee powder, if you're using coffee. So if you remember, 2 dessert spoons make a tablespoon. So you will be wanting 6 of these, 6 dessert spoons. And where is my coffee cup? Put my coffee into this cup. No, not many of you are doing that. So I'm going to put that straight in the big bowl. So Carl, would you pour that into there gently because it's pushed out? That's it. Gently in there. Lovely.
Voila.
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 Voila. Pop it over there. Next ingredient, we have got 200 grams of plain flour. 200 grams of plain flour. Every week, the recipes are on Arts and Crafts Friday. So you only have to look at there and you'll see what ingredients are needed and how much. And you can even do what I did and get them weighed out in the morning. So I've got 200 degrees of plain flour. Would you like to pop that in there, Cole? And do your voila again, just gently so it doesn't puff up. That's it, just gently. That's lovely.
Voila.
Voila! Pop that over there. So far, so good. Now, half teaspoon of baking powder. 5 teaspoons. Okay, we're going to put 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. So just level teaspoons. So 1, and this what makes it rise. 2.5. That's it. Where's our lid? Oh, we've got a lid somewhere. Lid, little lid. Ah, there it is. Yeah, that's good. Right, moving on. We have got 220 grams of soft light brown sugar. If you haven't got soft brown light sugar, you can always use caster. I presume the brown sugar goes nice with the coffee cake, but if you're doing a vanilla sponge, you can swap that for caster. So
Now doing that, aren't we?
we are doing coffee.
Coffee.
Yummy. Luckily, me and Carl both like coffee. Now, there you go. Pour that into that.
What does
bowl.
Mike?
So that's 220 grams of light brown sugar. That can go over by the sink. I'm going to give this a little stir, just so the ingredients mix up a little. Now, the next thing, 220 grams of butter or margarine. So if you pass me the little bowl, that's it. And then butter. And with a spoon, actually you can do it with a spoon. Get the butter. That's it, lovely. Yeah, or spoon it out. It's nice and soft. I've had my butter out for quite a while, so it's soft.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Scrape as much as you can. That's it. Let me. That's
Yeah,
it.
just saying now, I've changed name to Cookie Kim and sous chef Carl.
Love
You know.
Yeah, because Carl's mum might watch this later on. So that would be really nice for us to see Carl being an assistant chef today.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he loves cooking. So that's the butter gone in. If I pass it to you, my dear. Now, 4 eggs. We have got 4 eggs. So, 4 eggs, 4 lovely eggs.
Our chickens.
Yeah, these came from Carl's chickens from his garden.
Wow.
So they're free range.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's 1 egg. How many chickens have you got?
Chicken.
Carl has got 5 chickens.
Lay 4 eggs for me.
Chicken.
I want them for me tea.
Right, so we have 4 eggs in a jar.
If someone comes in, goes to that tree before we go.
I get rid of the eggshells.
Bring an egg.
Lovely.
That's done.
Is it all mixed up? I think that looks very nice and done. So we're going to pour that into there. I like doing it.
Out.
Yeah, take the fork out. That's great. Pour that all over. Keep your work
Kim, you froze.
and clean. Oh, I froze again. I've worked out how to do it. I'll turn myself off and then I'll turn myself on again.
Yeah.
There we are. Right, where are we? 2 teaspoons of milk. Oh, I've got a teaspoon. So that's going to go in as well. 2 teaspoons of milk. And the last ingredient is a pinch of salt. So, Carl, would you like to just turn that upside down and a little?
Not too much.
Not too much. That's fine. That is really good. Now, so you should all have your coffee powder, your flour, your baking powder, your sugar, your butter, your 4 eggs, your 2 teaspoons of milk, and your pinch of salt. Now, I am now going to move across and put this and give it a spin in my Kenwood Chef. My Kenwood Chef I bought in about 1980. Okay, so I really advise if you ever get a mixer to get a Kenwood Chef because they last you forever. So we'll carry this over. I'm gonna turn the camera around so we're facing my coat. There's my Kenwood Chef. Okay, I'm gonna put the mixer in, put it down. Now, what I always do when you're working with like dry and wet ingredients, I just carefully put a tea towel slightly over it.
Yasmin and picture the other side.
Fall in because you don't want a massive tea towel
Yeah.
spinning around. Excuse me, darling. It's just
I'm going to call me.
in when you first turn it on. See what I'm doing? I'm just gently laying that here. It's nowhere near the bowl or the mixer, but when I turn it on,
Yeah.
I won't have flour all flying everywhere. So do it on the lowest speed. Turn it on a little bit, on a little bit, on a little bit. Right, then I can take that away. Could you get a spoon out of the drawer? Just a dessert spoon, a bigger one. Can you see the bigger one? The dessert, that's it. That's it. Now I've not spun it for very long. I'm going to just put the ingredients off of the whisk, just so I haven't got any butter or anything stuck to it. So give it a little scrape. And I'm pushing it down again. Keep your hands well away from it. I don't need the tea towel now because it's all mixed in lovely. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to scrape the mixture off of the whisk.
Nice.
We'll taste it in a minute, Carl.
Yeah. The cake.
Yeah, we have to lick the bowl, don't we?
Yeah.
Get as much off as possible because you want it all to be in the cake. Like that. Okay. I'll pass that to my assistant
And I think,
in the thing. Oh, it tastes lovely. Oh, God, I've done it again. Keep dropping my computer. Not going to do it any good, is it? Right, I'm back over here again. Now we've got a mixture between the two cake tins. So Carl is passing me the
Cake
two
tin.
cake tins. So make an even amount in each one.
not yes.
Does it look good?
Yeah. Me, you done that. Oh,
We did this together, didn't we? Touch wood, come out really nice. What you could do is when you're doing this is a nice spatula, because the spatula is nice and bendy and it gets around all the edges of your bowl. I've got one somewhere, but I don't know where it's gone. It's a shame, even Mike doesn't like coffee cake. So me and Carl are in for a treat, I hope. Plus you can take some home for your mum
yeah.
and Deb. So I'm really being careful to get as much of it out as possible. I don't like leaving tons in the bowl. I'm even scraping it off the spoon. So then you flatten it out in the tin, because the flatter you get it, you'll have a nice even cake. You don't want a peak in the middle. If you get one, it doesn't matter, but it's best to try and just flatten it out like that. So it's nice and flat. We do the same with this one. And I think I judge them quite well because they're pretty much the same height. I've used very expensive coffee in this because I drink expensive coffee. This is a very expensive cake to make for me, but if it tastes good, and it's decaffeinated, yeah, I bet not many people have got a decaffeinated chocolate and walnut cake.
You mean coffee and walnut?
Yeah, what did I say? Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Oh dear. Right.
In a bit, mate.
In the bowl.
You can lick.
You're stuck in traffic.
Stay where?
Take us away first. What? Take us away, Frank. Watch your sister. When she's closer, she'll ring you.
Just take it. Everyone else, yes, so